Hey guys, Cheesette here, CEO of Real Estate. Excited to talk to you about something very near and dear to my heart, and this is realtors, why you may be experiencing burnout. We talk about burnout, but I want to give you a different picture of burnout and help you understand why it happens, how you can avoid it, and some ways to kind of rise and live above it in your everyday career. So tune into this video, but I cannot help but saying before you do that, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're in the email list, click all the little links in the bio and stay connected because this is just one of many tips that I'm going to share with you about how to build a business that you love and that loves you back so you can make more money and build a life by design. So I was talking with an agent today in our coaching challenge group about burnout. And the reality is we burn out in real estate, and I'm going to tell you why. And I want you to fundamentally think about what I'm saying. And I don't want you to hear me with your head. I want you to hear me with your heart. I'll give you this example and then I'll tell you my story. So I used to be 300 pounds. I lost weight over 100 pounds. It took me about 18 months to do it. I want you to understand the process and then I'll show you how why I did it the way I did help me avoid burnout. Most people burn out because they do too much too fast. You never burn out if you do things sequentially. Business and success in business should be sequential. It does not and should not be simultaneous because that's one of the ways you burn out. So, what happened was you have to first understand that as you're building a new habit, you also are breaking an old habit. Your body keeps score, your spirit keeps score, you're expending more energy than you think. So when I started working out, I said, I want to avoid burnout. So I'm only going to focus on one thing at a time. This is why focus is important. If you're in any of my groups and any of my coaching programs, you got an email this week on focus. Focus is so important. So for the first year, all I did was go to the gym 3 times a day. I did not focus on my water intake. I did not focus on sleep. I did not focus on food. I didn't focus on anything but going to the gym. Why? Because as I was building the habit of becoming active, I'm also simultaneously breaking the habit of being inactive. That is work that my brain mentally doesn't account for, but my spirit feels it. My body feels it because I got to fight against it to show up, to be consistent. This is why anytime you want to avoid burnout, consistency in small things are going to be what move the business forward in every way. So in a year, I gained 10 pounds, right? So on my weight loss journey, in a year of paying a trainer, like I paid a trainer in this year too, because the money kept me consistent, right? Because if I paid him, I'm gonna show up because I don't like to waste money. So here's the thing. So in that year, I gained 10 pounds. And here's the thing. Everybody would have thought, oh God, that's a failure. It wasn't to me because I understand the long haul, right? Real estate is a long game. Just like when sports, they say 60 minutes of football, this is a long game. It's not a short game. So in a year, what did I do? I broke the habit of being inconsistent. I built the habit of being consistent. I could show up for the gym now without hesitation. I knew. When I didn't work out, I felt it. It became part of my routine. What we have to realize is we have a conscious brain and an unconscious brain. Your conscious brain is the goal setter. That's the one that says, I want to make 100 million. I want to sell 100 houses. I want to do this. I want to lose weight. The subconscious brain is actually the goal getter. It is the one that goes out and does the thing. And it works on your spiritual and mental programming, not in your mind. It's going to do things based on how it's programmed. So for the year, I was programming my subconscious to be active. I'm a very active person now because of the time that I spent activating that lever in my life. But here's what happened. So now, once I was consistent in working out and it was a part of my routine and it was a part of my life, that's when I decided to work on my eating. I dialed in the eating because I no longer had to focus on the activity. The activity came because of habit. And now my focus is on the food, and I lost 30 pounds in a month. And people said, oh, you lost 30 pounds in a month? Back that up. It's been 13 months. The bulk of it came off at the end, but that's how momentum works. It's slow, 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 slow. Then boom, that's how it works. Why am I telling you this? In your real estate business, there is no way on God's earth that you're going to focus on your volume, your production, your profit, all these things. You're not going to be able to fundamentally do that. It will overwhelm you. Your brain is designed to protect you from overwhelm. It will remove certain things and shut certain things out. That's why you can't remember stuff, because it doesn't want to be overwhelmed. So what happens is you've got to decide what you're going to focus on. This is why in our CEO coaching program, we start with the business foundations, because we're focusing on profit first. We're not focusing on activity, because activity is just activity. When we focus on profit, it will drive the activities that need to be done in order to be profitable. See how that works? So when I was talking to her this morning, I said, you're frustrated, but what happens is you should be working on building the consistent habit. And the Bible even says that the race is not given to the strong or the swift, but the one that endures to the end, to the one that is consistent, the one that can start and do the same thing every single day. Here's what I need you to know. People that are rich, people that are successful, they are boring as hell. They do the same things every day. The people you see turning up, spending a lot of money, they broke. People that are successful understand and tap into the power of focus and consistency, and that's how they build their business. So when it comes to real estate, you're not going to build $100 million business in day one, but you're going to build consistent habits that focus on profit, that tell you the activities that you need to do. You're going to be consistent in that. And then you're going to build the momentum and grab the momentum that comes from getting it into your subconscious mind. And now you're going to be able to execute your business at a high level. I do not work as hard as people think I do. I've been consistent over time in the things that I do, so I'm really skilled at them. However, my business is really based on consistency, and this is what sets me apart in business settings. Because here's the thing, I understand that, and I'm going to be doing the same thing every day. When people have switched it up, I'm going to still be here doing the same thing. This is why when you see people and they're consistent, if you see a drip of water drip on a brick, that brick has no chance, because that water will break it in half, not because the water is stronger, but because the water, if it drips consistently, will move everything out of its way. A lot of times we're not experiencing success in our real estate business because we're not consistent. We're not consistent because we're burnt out. Why are we burnt out? Because we're trying to focus on too much at once. This year I re-recorded my CEO of Real Estate Blueprint program, and I released all the training at once. Why? Because I don't need you week to week changing your focus. I need you to zero in on one thing and follow it through to the end. So one of the reasons that I'm sharing this video with you, because I see so many realtors burnt out, so many realtors needing therapy and having mental health issues. And I think that is a part of life. But a part of it is because they feel like I should be accomplishing more in my business, and I'm not. And the reality is, you should not be. You should be focused on consistent action in your business and moving your business forward through consistency, not through anything else. See, we've got to make sure we're fundamentally understanding basic business principles that drive us into business. I talked about this in one of my videos that I probably posted in the last week, that a lot of times in business, I'm making 3 or 4 checks off one transaction. I don't need to do 50 transactions a year to be profitable, because I built my business like that. Your business should be built around your personal values and the things that are important to you. And then you should start focusing on profitable activities that will get you to your desired destination. So for me, if there's anything I want you to take away from this video, it's the fact that burnout is real. You cannot do everything. You're not going to come in at day one and know everything that you need to know about real estate, but through consistent action and focusing on one thing at a time, the thing that's going to drive the profit first. Just like I said, I focused on my workout for the longest. The first thing you should focus on in business, once you understand profit, because that's our baseline, is business foundations. We're going to start with money conversations. You need to know your numbers, know your money. Otherwise, we ain't talking business. The purpose of business is profit. You'll hear me say that over and over again. The purpose of profit is to build your life. But once you do that, as the CEO, that's your focus. As a salesperson, your focus is lead generation. So that means you don't do anything else other than generate leads and figure out how to service them effectively. That's it. Until you get to a point where now you can take the lead generation systems that you've built and give somebody else them as an assignment to do, and you can go build your next level. Remember, success is sequential, not simultaneously. People want to start all these businesses. I have 8 businesses, but it took me 8 years to start 8 businesses. I didn't start them all at one time. I had to get the real estate business successful, because that literally funds everything else. So hopefully you understand and you're picking up what I'm putting down. But what I want you to walk away with more than anything is that burnout is a choice, because it's really how you're structuring your day and your life. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I really hope you got something valuable out of it, something that you can walk away with and identify areas of your life where you're working really in a bubble and not working in a focused state. I gave you the example of my weight loss and what I focused on. I focused on one thing at a time. And now, even it's been 5 years since I've lost the weight. Well, 2020 is 2024, 4 years. But even still, what I'm focusing on is tweaking now. I worked on the eating. My eating habits are better. I have a greater awareness of how to eat, but now I'm just making tweaks. My CEO coaching method is based on that. It's based on building something, assessing the effectiveness of it, strategizing how to make it better, and then re executing. That's all business is. It's a consistent effort of strategizing on how to make it better and re-executing. If you're burnt out, you need help. You don't just avoid burnout because you decide you don't want to burn out. You need to focus, and you need to know what to focus on. And in our CEO membership, we help you decide what to focus on. But here's the thing: if you're not ready for a long-term coaching program and you just want to have a session that helps you focus in on what you need to do for the first lever of your business, you got a link in the bio for a strategy session. Book a strategy session, 90-minute session with me. I'll go over all of the things in your business, and trust me, in 90 minutes, I'll give you a whole business plan, whole 90-day plan on what to do to execute in your business to get you to transactions and to get you systematizing your business so you can start really living the life that you want to live and have business fund that. Real estate should not burn you out. However, real estate without a plan, without focus, without strategy will do that. I'm offering myself to help if you need that. But otherwise, just stay connected to the resources on the channel, subscribe, get on our email list, join some of the webinars. A lot of them will be free, some of them won't be, but join the webinars. Get the information you need to make a better impact in your business.